apart. We know every part by heart. Overture, curtain lights. This is it. We'll hit the heights. And oh, what heights we'll hit. On with the show. This is it.
Hi. As you've probably noticed, I'm not the president. I'm just a citizen. And as a citizen, I'm here at the White House today because I want to make a difference, and I hope you will join me. My name is Francine Wheeler. My husband David is with me. Our younger son, Ben, age 6, was murdered in his first grade classroom on December 14th, exactly 4 months ago this weekend.
I can't tie my shoes, I can't tie my shoes. How do grown-ups do it when it just gives me the blues? I'm never so confused as when I try to tie my shoes. Maybe I'm too slow, can't make that little bow. I pull the laces tight and then I almost break my toe. I only get confused when I try to tie my shoes.
I've never asked for anything, not from you or anyone. Now it's my turn to be selfish. It doesn't matter to whom these weapons were registered. It doesn't matter if they were purchased legally.
The principal, who, God bless her, lost her life, was just a very special person. And all the parents knew that.
2 years ago, I called my 8-year-old son an asshole. Thank you. You know, how's that for great parenting? You know, in my defense, it was a stressful situation.
Could you describe him again?
He was naked.
That's it? No height, weight, hair color?
A very special person. And all the parents knew that.
Welcome back to our special edition of Out Front. We are live tonight in Las Vegas, where a police news conference is about to begin at any moment. Obviously, we will be bringing you that live as this investigation continues. It comes as doctors are working around the clock, helping hundreds of victims from the mass shooting that took place behind me. I was at a hospital today. They still have 29 people still in critical care right now. And as the healing is beginning for so many, we are hearing some incredible stories of heroism and humanity, including the story of Jonathan Smith. And, you know, you may have seen his picture. It's a picture, frankly, that has been seen around the world. And the same word is in pretty much every single headline. And you can see it there. Hero. Hero, 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 hero. Jonathan was credited with saving the lives of some 30 people, even as he himself was shot in the neck. And Jonathan joins me now. He is back home. That's Irvine, California. And thank goodness for that, Jonathan. Look, I'm so grateful that you're able to talk to us. I know that you are obviously very seriously injured. You have that bullet that is still in your neck.
We are now led to understand that there are also firings in another city in Saudi Arabia. CNN's Carl Rochelle is here with me. Just came up. Carl, I know we can't be very specific given these restrictions, but within those parameters, what did you see?
Well, what I saw, I didn't see anything hit. I looked almost straight above us. There is a vapor trail coming from my right to my left, and there's a cloud of something. It looks like it might have been an explosion, a cloud. I'd say my apologies for he's putting on a gas mask. There hasn't been any gas dropped here that we could tell. You smell anything? No. You may smell some of the fumes from a missile exhaust going off. The missile is usually a rocket, a cordite, some sort of burning And we just heard a little thump just then. But
I have to apologize for that. I caught a whiff of something and felt momentarily dizzy. You're more experienced in military affairs than I am, but it might have been I'm starting to get real bothered by all this. Boy, did I almost look stupid. Charles Jaco, CNN, reporting live from Saudi Arabia.
My sensibilities may not be the average man, but this probably is the worst I have seen. It's a good thing it's not being prosecution, because then I couldn't answer that. But if I say it in court, they yell at me and don't make me answer. So, no, I don't.
How young?
Sorry, I don't.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
Because of you, we're in this mess. Forever you will acquiesce. How you love to be deceived. Whatever they tell you, you believe. Dead of sight, dead of mind. News believer, you are blind.
I'm not an actor in any sense, way, shape, or form.
Right now, I'm on my way to the hospital. I got to, get a couple tests done. Monkeypox shit is real, y'all. It's real. It's real. That's all I can say. Now, yo, take care of yourselves, you hear me? This shit is no joke. It's no joke.
I said, hold up, wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Look at this joker right here. Oh, I have my hands on my head. Just like they told you, you sorry sapsucker salamander. Look at you. He's an actor. Look. He has been an actor and graduated from Cape Fear Community College 2007. Look at this. Fake look. Almost like those fake Occupy Wall Street. Hey, government, remember you had those fake people? And remember you tried to bring them over into the truther movement? Ugh, hate that word. Hey, by the way, I'm not in the truther movement. Just so you know, I'm just some independent commentator guy who just so happened to talk about politics. Welch had a brief career in film industry. Look, according to an IMDb profile, he was a production assistant on 2 independent films. The Mill, a tale about bootlegging. Another film, The Bleed, in 2009, also credited as a writer on the film The Mute. Oh, now you made it big time, you sorry sucker. Look at you. Let's just get that picture again of you. Oh, you made it big time now.
Where 4 other people helped me. They took their shirt off, wrapped it around my head, and helped me get to the road. And then she asked the police to help, and they stopped a random passerby, and she let me go in the back of her car, and she brought me to the hospital. It went in and went along my skull and came out about 3 inches later. So if it was an inch over or even a different point of directory, it would have been in my brain and I would have been gone. So
Where did it go?
it came right in the back, right in the center of my head.
Yeah, right there where he's touching. Right there where he's pointing at.
And it came out about 3 inches later along my skull.
Like on the like the outer surface.
Right here and here.
We can't go back to school. We can't go back to school. And they're getting ready to to come to the microphone, so we'll listen in. Okay.
So my name's Robbie Parker. My family is one of the families that lost a child yesterday in the Sandy Hook Elementary School shootings here in Connecticut.
I was the CIA director. We lied, we cheated, we stole. It's like we had entire training courses.
Guys, this is not a joke. I just did a rapid test for monkeypox, and it looks like I'm positive. I have no symptoms, so it seems very bizarre that I would be positive, but...
Somebody said something to you to tell me about that experience.
Yeah, so there was a lady who pushed her way forward into the concert venue, into the first row, and she started messing with another lady and told us that we were all going to die tonight.
Do you know why she was saying that? I mean, was this after the shots were fired, or?
It was about 45 minutes before the shots were actually fired.
And I saw a man speaking kind of harshly to them in a loud voice saying, "It's going to be all right, it's going to be all right." And I thought it was a skit or a play, or some Cub Scouts were rehearsing.
Building, we hear gunfire. I assume that it's a code red drill because they told us earlier in the day that we're going to be having a code red drill. I assumed it was blanks.
I was sitting out the back with a coffee and I just saw a plane come across and was like wobbling like that. It was probably a meter from the roof above me, so I just ran to Dan Murphy's. And then I heard the bang and I looked around. There was just flames and smoke everywhere.
You could do. Once we got over the fence, I saw a parking lot actually just behind me over here with work trucks. And typically during a festival, multiple people use a truck and they tend to leave keys. And I was hoping that was the case, and lucked out on the first truck, opened the door and the keys were there, and looked at Jen and said, "Let's go get some people."
When gunfire pierced classrooms, Jesse Sanders' instinct was to protect the innocent.
So I just ran to the school. And then when I get there, the dude was shooting through the windows. And I said, "Hey, why don't you shoot this way instead, you know?"
My friend, she was, she was the one who pushed me, and we were running, like we were already situated in the, by the bookshelf, and she's like, grab a book. So I took a book. It was a tiny book, but I took a book and I held it up, and I believe maybe then the book kind of deterred some of the bullets, so it didn't hit me so badly, but she was the one who gave me the idea. Yeah. She definitely helped a lot.
It went in through the back of my head, just right, like kind of in the middle of the back of my head, and then came out right here.
So, and I just got back from like basic training from Georgia, so I looked at the guy, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to fist fight this guy, and then I didn't know he had a knife, and it was like, it looked like that, like something was sticking out of his hand, maybe the length of my thumb, and then he just came up, I braced myself, side of the head, fell down to the ground, I never went like unconscious or anything, and I felt my head, my hand was covered in blood, my blood was running down my neck and on my shirt. And I looked, there was no like official lockdown or alarm going out, there was no mall security anywhere. Everyone's panicking. And I looked at the people in Victoria's Secret, and they just closed the gate right there, and I'm standing on the outside like, what am I gonna do?
You could talk to him, what would you tell him?
That you're the best friend, like you're my best friend, and nothing's gonna stop that. There's no bullet that could ever break a friendship.
After you kept him from coming back into the door, what happened after that?
Well, we had barricaded the door. I used my foot. I had tennis shoes on.
Some lady came looking for her son. I hope he's not one of the children. She said, I heard you had 6 kids here. I thought I took him to the firehouse. Her face looked frozen in pain. I've never seen anything like that. Her face looked like it was stone. I said, what is your child's name? And she gave me the name. I have to find out about that kid.
And I'm pissed. Because my daughter I'm not going to see again. She's not here. She's not here. She's in North Lauderdale at whatever it is, King David Cemetery. That's where I go to see my kid now.
This is a club that nobody wants to be in. And please, could we do something with the assault weapons so that we could stop this club from ever getting any new members?
It was on that Wednesday afternoon. He was in Holocaust Studies class on the first floor of the freshman building when bullets started to fly.
Desk.
Did any bullets get into your classroom?
Yes, many bullets were shot through my class. I believe 4 people were shot in my class, and 2 people actually did pass away in my class, right in front of me.
I didn't shoot the shooter, but I saw like the shots and everything. I hear.
And then your teacher went down?
He was just shot and like fell down. And I saw him.
What was your teacher doing? Did he go towards the door to shut it?
He was closing the door and then he got shot.
What's his name?
Mr. Vigo from geography class.
I walked outside right there, and I looked down here. They were sitting there. They were sitting there. And I had no idea why they were there.
My nephew, he acted as a coward, and he took a lot of innocent lives. And I'm sorry, man.
During the confrontation, the church usher was pistol whipped. There was a significant struggle between the two. During the struggle, the gunman shot himself.
Police
still partly on fire when these pictures were taken. What?
And there have been multiple injuries. We have one of the witnesses here, Emma, who will, yes, one of the survivors who is going to. And did you hear the blast? No. No. No one. I don't think any. Unless you were in the carriage, you wouldn't have heard it because, just screams, running.
And obviously, you know, it is. It does coincide with the same period that schools are reopening. So
There were a lot of school children in their uniforms, and that was really heartbreaking to see some of them hurt. Hello, I've just seen my friend. I've got to go.
Okay. Thank you, Anna. Thank you for talking to us.
Keep her down, and she was just so disoriented. I just remember her just like looking around because she was asleep, just looking, thinking what's going on, and just trying to keep calm so that she didn't start freaking out even more. And it was just so scary, and her face just...
I can understand an innocent night where you take your children to the theater and cheer.
I was trying to be calm.
You were going to lose your life that night, Jarrell?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Jarrell, did you think you were going to lose your life that night?
My life definitely flashed before my eyes at that moment. It was, it's hard to say because when I first was hit, that's when it got very real for me.
Special guest, Jean Rosen.
Nancy, I want to be with these children. I want to read to them. I want to show them there's light away from the darkness. I want to be their grandpa, their uncle, Gene, whoever. I want to spend time with them as much as they will allow and their parents will allow. I want them to come to my home, and I just want to love them.
But I do see people burnt, people's hair singed, clothes covered in something that looked like white cotton or a white foam or something. So maybe something exploded, but they seem to be covered in lots of debris, possibly from that.
Parent, and then the second child came out, and she was the sole survivor from the other class, and she was absolutely head to toe covered in blood and flesh, just hanging on her whole body. And her mother was in that parking lot that day, luckily. But when I saw her, I knew that it wasn't just a shooting, it had been a massacre. If that weapon had been in place, he wouldn't have had that gun. But what happened instead, what happened 22 decades ago was that the assault weapons ban was left to expire. And they had started at that time, the CDC had started researching on ways to prevent gun violence. And what happened instead was that the NRA and the NSSF got a hold of some of our elected officials, and they were able to get them to stop trying to find out ways to get information to prevent gun violence. Well, we weren't looking. We weren't paying attention. They changed the laws.
The what now?
They let these things expire.
And moved my right hand to my ear, brought it down. My hand was covered with blood, just absolutely blood all over the place.
You know he's a fierce competitor, but you've never seen Donald Trump fight like this. Hey, look at this! Donald Trump!
Are your staged attacks not going as planned? Are your globalist agendas failing because you're using subpar crisis actors? Well, then look no further. Hi, I'm Harrison Hanks, the ultimate crisis actor. Need a medical doctor? In 18 years as a medical examiner, I've never seen anything like it. Yeah. Yeah, it's over the top. 33 children died. Do you need a grieving husband? Did a right-winger set off a bomb? Right, yeah, we're just milling about to that had a massive explosion. Then I'm your man. Tired of melodramatic acting?
There's light away from the darkness.
I'm just trying to figure out if he's okay.
I lost my 20-year-old, but I had 20 years with my son.
It's just tragedy. Horror and tragedy.
Going for the guns takes subtlety, like this. I don't know how many more need to die before the president does something. Not this.
Please, could we do something with the assault weapons?
And every one of those hands is a reason why those weapons should not be out in the general public.
Because in this kind of a situation, what has changed? Have we learned nothing?
I'm green screen ready, bonded, and insured. I can morph into 1,000 different faces. I offer reasonable rates, and I have no conscience. Just pick your card to play on the world stage.
I'm not lost. Oh, Christ, son of a bitch. What was it? What was the Barry, the son of a bitch?
Oh, son of a gun. You thought I was going to say son of a bitch, didn't you?
No way. That's great.
We landed on the moon!
It's one small